6,000 years ago, in a small village in Mesopotamia, a young woman named Enheduanna was born. She grew up hearing stories of the gods from her father, the high priest of the moon god Ningal, and when she grew up, she started writing those stories down. She's considered to be the world's first historian. But why do we tell stories about the past at all? Stories like the one about Enheduanna, or the one about how Rome was built by Romulus and Remus, or the one about how the plague came to Europe on a ship with rats. Why do we spend so much time thinking about things that happened in the past? Well, because the past can teach us about who we are today. We learn about the decisions that made us who we are, and the mistakes we've made along the way. And we learn that other people have gone through many of the same experiences that we have. So by studying history, we can better understand ourselves. But humans didn't always tell stories about the past. For most of our existence, we just lived in the moment. But around 6,000 years ago, humans began to settle down and live in villages. When they did, they had to make sense of where they came from and why they were in the place they were in.
That's so.
They started telling stories about the past. Those stories were usually about important events like wars or natural disasters, but also about the origins of things. Like, where did the first humans come from? Where did cities or states or cultures come from? How did death and taxes come about? These stories were passed down for generations until they were written down for the first time by historians like Herodotus and Thucydides in ancient Greece. They wrote about everything they could, even if it seemed trivial at times, like the customs and beliefs of different people. Their art and architecture, their clothing and food. They wanted to record every detail so that future generations would know about the diversity of human cultures. And then something amazing happened. People started using these stories to understand patterns and connections between different events. They realized that the decisions they made today would have consequences tomorrow, and they could use the lessons of the past to make better decisions in the future. So now, let's go back to the beginning and hear Enheduanna's story again. Now that you know why we study history, you can make a personal connection with this ancient historian. You can see yourself in her and understand why she wanted to write down the stories of her people. And in doing so, you become part of a long line of historians who have shaped our understanding of the past. I'm the host. Thank you for watching this video, which was brought to you by A Digital Studio. If you want to help us make more videos like this, you can join our community on a crowdfunding platform.